Some of the most prized possessions you have are situated just outside your home, and today we're going to talk about 5 ways to actually protect and automate those devices using these $5 to $6 sensors. Hello automators, thanks for tuning in again. Outside of your home can be a very frustrating place to automate, and so today I wanted to focus with these sensors, which we've seen the pricing come out now, and really it's $5 to $6 US per sensor, and so these are well situated or well suited to help you outside of your home. Your garage door is an easy one to talk about. We can stick on a contact sensor, but we're going to go further than that today now, because honestly with the cost of these devices we can do a lot more. I will tell you that the contact sensor here from Wyze is well situated to stick on a garage door on the side if you just want to stick it on the side. There's also a couple of videos out there of people using essentially hinges to make, as your door comes up, you can actually make the sensor fall and stay on that hinge and therefore get a disconnection. So there's a couple of different ways to utilize this. Taking that functionality further, you can use if this then that, and it's as simple as this. And it does take a little delay here, but as I've opened up that contact sensor, we will see that's if this then that, utilizing my Wyze service and Samsung SmartThings, but you could use really any light bulb service that allows you to turn on devices. So again, as soon as I go and close that, there's a little delay, and that's based on my network, on if this then that, on the Wyze service, all of those things, but it goes and it turns off those lights. So you could utilize these to actually automate your lights inside your garage, whether it's a number of light bulbs or it's just a light switch or a couple of light switches. Now right then and there, as soon as one of those opens, you can turn on the Wyze Cam, and you could obviously stick this on a man door if you have a man door, and you can put the motion sensors to cover a full area in a garage if you have a larger garage like I do. So actually with just a few of these sensors you can automate a ton in your garage. Now we can get a little more wild if you'd like. You could stick that on a garage entry door. You can stick a couple of motion sensors in there, and really if there's any motion inside there, the lights stay on. So obviously you can do a ton, and again, trigger your recordings as those things are occurring. While you're only supposed to use these devices indoors, we know a lot of people have put the Wyze Cams outdoors with external mounts, sealed mounts. You have to be a little bit careful with what you're doing there, but in general, they can perform that way. The other thing is you could protect your shed by sticking these inside the shed, and therefore you'd be able to protect all of your valuables. Now, there's a number of different door types, but to be honest, you can stick either a motion sensor or contact sensors to protect the shed, and as long as you're within 100 feet of this, you've got a protected lawnmower. If you're like me, you have a trailer or an RV out in the yard, and there's a lot of ways to actually protect that device with this system. Now obviously you can stick contact sensors on the trailer or RV, and again, as long as it's within 100 feet of one of these cameras and that camera's on Wi-Fi, you're going to be able to, number one, get recordings to trigger, and number two, get notifications that someone's gone into your trailer. You could also stick these inside lots of the little outdoor cabinets or the outdoor compartments that you have, and you could do it again with either of those two sensors sitting in there, and you would know. Now what's really interesting about this kind of a scenario, when you take that trailer and you go, well, you might not have Wi-Fi, but there is a setting where you can turn this on to continuous recording, stick in a little SD card, and it will continuously record. Now I'll tell you there's some quality issues or a bug issue right now, but so I kind of recommend that you reset this every so often, but you could stick this towards your door and it will stay connected to these and log the times. Now that log right now, I think this is a little bit of a fluid situation, so I'm not going to go too far into the details, but the log in the sensor will actually show the correct time before you go in and review the recording, which won't be accurate, but what you would have is continuous recording here and a log of the time and day that these triggered. So not only can you protect your RV when you're at home, but you can protect your RV when you're away, or at least get recordings of the individual should someone go into your trailer. Now, if you had a little local Wi-Fi that you could take with you, one of the mobile modems or access points, well, then you've got everything and you're good to go. Now, next up would be the Mailbox, and we see a lot of people who do this with their Mailbox, basically a motion sensor or a contact sensor on the inside of their mailbox. And again, as long as you're within that 100 feet, you're going to get a notification. Now, again, you can trigger if this then that, and you saw me open this earlier, and that's it. You're going to be able to trigger on a light and you'll always know when you've got mail. Similar to an RV, your car is a likely target, especially when it's sitting outside. Now, when you're at home, obviously you're going to have the ability to connect to from your Wyze cams to any of your Wyze sensors, and therefore you could utilize these in a number of ways. One of the ways I actually considered using was right here, the motion sensor stuck kind of under my dash. Obviously this is not something that someone is going to see underneath the dash, and as soon as they sit in any of the seats, you would instantly know, number one, someone's sitting in a certain seat, and number two, someone's in your car, and you could trigger all kinds of automation off of that, utilizing if this then that, or the simple connected service here between the Wyze cam and the Wyze sensors. Now, of course, since these are so inexpensive, they have a ton of uses, and this is not where it ends with the Wyze system. And so I've created a special playlist that will help you go through and get not just ideas, but also configure this system for your home situation and your specific situation. So until next time, guys, go watch that, and don't hate, automate.